life to the fullest. Living life to the fullest. Living life to the fullest. I done it all. Sipping tea, I'm gon' spill it. I'm gon' tell it all. All the haters can get mad. I don't care at all. If you like my channel, write it on the wall. Please subscribe, hit the bell for my notifications. My cash app in the bio if you wanna pay me. Climb my way to the top. YouTube sensation, Facebook sensation, IG sensation. Like my channel, Queen D Black, Queen D Black, Queen D Black. Subscribe to my channel, Queen D Black, Queen D Black, Queen D Black. Hey y'all, I was coming to y'all with episode 16. I got it written down because it's so many. Actually, it's episode 14. I do apologize. I'm trying to move way ahead of the game, and it's part 5. I don't have my interviewer here with me because I decided to go ahead and do this one by myself, where we left off with my crazy ex-psycho husband. We left off where I told y'all that I had put him in jail because he was not paying the child support. He went to jail on his own. I didn't put him in there. That's what he chose to do. Then he lost his home, and so he moved back in with his parents. And at that time, like I said, he was not giving me any money. But then he decided to, call me, and he used to always try and butter me up by buying me something, and he would do something nice for me and the kids. And of course, I was suckered back into it, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. So, of course, I told you I went back to him. And after he lost the house, moved back in with his parents, he went back to an apartment. Of course, I was with my mom with 2 kids. And so, I didn't grow up with my mom and dad together for the whole time. So I didn't want my kids to grow up without their father in the home. So that's what I was mainly thinking about, a 2-parent home. But for anybody that think like that, you young girls or any woman right now, your peace of mind is more important than being in a household where it's just toxic, mental abuse, just not good for the children. So it's not good to stay. Why would you stay? I ask myself that now. Why did I do that? When I look back at it, it's just stupid. So if you are in a relationship like that where it's arguing and fussing, kids, small, seeing all that stuff, get out of there. It's not even worth it. So like I said, back then, that's what I did. So I went back, moved in with him again in the apartment. And so things were going good. Like I said, when it's good, it was good. So then he started the drinking again, got on my nerve. Oh my God. So one day while he was at work, I got my brother to help me. I rented a U-Haul truck, a little small U-Haul truck, went in there while he was at work, my ex, and got all of my stuff out of there as fast as we could get it out. I got all my stuff out of there, left. So he was pissed off when he came home and saw that I wasn't there, and the apartment was in a wreck. It was in a wreck. Everything was just all over the place because I was trying to hurry up and get out of there. So we got everything out. Like I said, he was pissed off about all of that. So, he would call me. I wouldn't answer the phone. He would come by my mom's house. Of course, my brother couldn't stand him, so he knew not to come around when my brother was around. So he would, just pretty much try to show up in places where I was because I wasn't talking to him or answering calls because that was it for me. So this one particular day I was at work. And so keep in mind now, I'm in the corporate world, okay, at Blue Cross and Blue Shield. And this was right before they changed to that Blue Cross to where, this was before 9/11 too. So this was, I was working, and a lady just let him in the building. He said that he was there to see me. And so I'm sitting at my desk, and all of a sudden I see him, and it startled me because, you know, I didn't know what was going to happen at that point. So this fool was going through my trash can, y'all. My job trash can, that we have a little trash can at the desk. He was sitting there going through my trash can, and people looking like, what is he doing? You know, just strange behavior. And so I was like, oh, hold on a minute. So he was like, I need to talk to you for a minute. So, you know, I wanted him to hurry up and get out of my work area. So I went outside with him. So we got in the car, and I was talking to him, letting him know, you know, I'm done. You know, you got to go head on with your life, because I'm moving on with my life. And so he drove off with me in the car. And, you know, I wasn't supposed to be gone off the building. Off the grounds. I just went there just to inside the car to talk to him. But of course, you can't talk to a person that doesn't have a logical mind, and their mental state is just off balance and just crazy. So he drove off, and that was kidnapping, because he took me against my will, and he took me to this little place back there off of North Main Street by a railroad track. So I got out the car, and he had a gun, y'all. A lot of people don't know this story, but he had a gun, and he put the gun to my head. And so he was drunk, and I thought sure that I was gonna be gone that day and not seeing my family again. And so I went through that, y'all. I really did went through that. That's why I have PTSD now. Whenever I, you know, come into somebody that want to try to control me, if I'm in a relationship or something, no, I don't go for that, because I'm the controller now. But anyway, so I had to call my job to let them know, you know, what was going on. So I told somebody that he kidnapped me from the job, and oh my God, it went all around the job. But the police came, they took him to jail. And so, you know, it was just so embarrassing. Like that was the first encounter with the embarrassment for me that was really known to a lot of people. So like I said, before I used to call the police, but this was my job, knew about what was going on now. So after the police had taken him to jail, he got out on bond, of course. I think it was the next day or so. And so, you know, time went by. And like I said, I just don't know what was going on with me. Y'all, I went back again, y'all. I know you're going to say that girl crazy. I'm looking back at that, just stupid. So he ended up, like I said, got out of jail. I dropped the charges. I went and dropped the charges. Ladies, you hear that? I was just so blessed all of these times for nothing to have happened to me, like you hear in the news today about criminal domestic violence, because South Carolina was actually number 1 or number 2 in the nation for criminal domestic violence murderers. So, like I said, some months had passed, and I did go back to him. And so I moved to back with my mom. So, you know, I would get my own place too. But we're going to go into that on some other times about what happened. But I'm just going to finish this story out by saying this. So he moved to, after he got out of jail, of course, he moved back with his parents. We stayed in an apartment together. And so he left that apartment, went back to his parents. Then he moved to another apartment. So this was on St. Andrews Road at this time. So I moved with him, me and the kids. A couple months later, after he had them kidnapped me and put a gun to my head, moved in with him. And so what he did next was just the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay, this is when I really left him, and I did not go back after this. This was really the truth. No turning back after what happened on this particular time. Okay, after I went back to him, to these apartments, we got into it. He got mad about something. I don't know if it was about some food or whatever. He came home like mad about something, about some food. And so the washer and dryer in these apartments that we lived in were outside, like on the balcony type. This fool picked up the washing machine, that was on the balcony of the apartment. We lived like on the second floor. Picked up the washing machine and threw it off the balcony. Yes, and the dryer, and threw it off the balcony. That right there, I called the police. You know, I'm gonna call that police. And the police came. It was even somebody down there that heard because when he was loud, you can hear him from miles away. This is how loud his voice was. And so the person witnessed him throwing it off the balcony. So I called the police, and again, the police said there's nothing they can do because that was his property. So the police told me to go. I got the kids. This was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I got my babies, and they were in elementary school at that time. I got my babies. I left, and I did not go back. That was the end of me being with him. But the next story I'm going to tell is after the next episode is how he used to stalk me. Oh my God, y'all not going to believe how he used to stalk me. I'm going to get into that in the next episode. But thanks for listening, you guys. And I forgot to say, this is D with the stories, and it won't be boring. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button, y'all. And like I said, any woman that's going through this, or man that's going through what I went through, if you want to know anything about what I did or something I missed that I left at a cliffhanger, just let me know. You don't have to put up with the abuse. You don't have to do that. It takes a strong person to leave. And I know you go back and forth because I did that. But thank the Lord that he provided me with a good job to where I didn't need him. I did not depend on him for his money because he didn't give it to me anyway when we weren't together. But like I said, the next episode will be very interesting about all the stalking. But thanks for watching, you guys.